I'll give you some advice. Go meditate. Oh, I meditate not long enough then, clearly. Okay, welcome to the Mastery of Being podcast. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's dive in. I think about how so many pieces have come together for integrative coaching to become what it is, and it's still evolving. It's organic, it's living.
Yeah, and I think now more than ever we are realizing the importance of doing the inner work and having support to do that.
So I think a great tool is to journal, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Journaling forces you to write down a thought that is coherent, because you think, and we all think, that our thoughts are coherent, right? We live in a world, we are thinking, and we go, no, but this is totally rational. You can have totally irrational thoughts conflicting with each other and not realize, because you're jumping from one thought halfway baked into another thought and go, well, you know, this obviously makes sense. And you're like, if you wrote it down, you go, this makes absolutely no sense. And that's when you can start to identify also thought processes. So if you had a journal stream of consciousness, so just write down thoughts that come into your head, except as you write them, then you'll need to continue, because you'll realize, because you're reading what you're writing, that this thought is not finished. And now you've started another thought. So you might go back and go, wait, let me just finish this thought. And then you'll start to become more conscious of these processes jumping around each other. The idea that I wanted to share with you, which is what you shared about sensation, if you see thoughts as waves moving through your mind, you can realize that you don't have to follow them. And if you allow the thought to move through the mind, if you watch it arise and then watch it go, but don't chase it, what happens? Have you ever checked to see what happens if a thought had to arise and you don't follow it? You see, because you think your thoughts are you, and so not following it would be insane. Right? I lost my mind. My mind just went, but I didn't follow it. But that would create the space in which you realize your thoughts are not you. But it would also cause this breakdown and into the question, but then who am I? Which is the beginning of this, the real journey, the real process. So journaling and meditation, I think, are essentially for everyone who doesn't want to actually be insane. Because the people who are insane, actually, are the people that just follow their thoughts. And if you think about how many people do that, you go, well, but most of the world does that. And that's why we have so much conflict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so true.
Yeah.
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 And it's also such a freeing thing.
Completely.
To know that you are not your thoughts. You realize that they are insane.
That's right.
I've realized that for sure in meditation.
So, yeah, see, told you. Not only me. So the insanity, that is a fascinating story. I don't know if you've ever read. The book is called The Madness of the Crowd. Is it The Madness of the Crowd? Yeah, Madness of the Crowds by Douglas Murray.
Okay.
Douglas Murray.
Okay, no, I haven't, yeah.
Okay, now, Madness of the Crowds, the concept comes from Carl Jung's mob mentality, right? You have 100 people kicking a guy on the ground, and then it's okay because everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
And if you had to ask the person why you're doing it, they might not actually know, but they would feel totally legitimate in kicking. Well, everyone is kicking it. Aren't we supposed to kick it? Well, I don't even know why I'm kicking. If you actually created the individual and separated them
from that,
they would see the madness and they would stop. The problem is that crowd is influencing so much your own consciousness because it is the unconscious. And you think that your unconscious is separate from my unconscious, but it's not. That's why it's so hypnotizing. So you have corporates, companies, where you phone and you say, look, I've got a problem with this with your product. And they're like, oh no, this is our policy, and yeah, let me pass you on to someone else. And no one takes responsibility. But if you had to phone an entrepreneur and you said, hey, listen, I've got a problem with your product, he was like, it's my product. Okay, well, how can I help you? And that's what happens when things get bigger, is that you lose that ownership and the sense of responsibility, and you create distance between responsibility and the other person that's actually giving you their money and paying for something, and you forget that they're a human. And that's what the masses do. That's what the crowd does.
Yeah.
So the challenge is for every individual to wake up.
Yes.
Not as a community.
Yes.
As an individual.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you arrive with other individuals who are awakened.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That make up a community. But it's going to be always more difficult for the individual to wake up. Sorry. It's going to be always easier for the individual to wake up than the group. That's why it's up to the individual to wake up. It's a personal responsibility. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah.
It's a sense of identity, isn't it, that we're all looking for.
Yes.
We're doing this podcast hoping that more people are going to watch it, and then it's diving into that community that you just talked about. Like they're relating to what you're saying rather than, do you know what I mean? Like it's almost like a paradox in the whole thing, and everything that we're doing is that people are looking for that identity.
Right. And so what we're doing is we're saying, yes, you must look for the identity, but do not identify with anything outside of yourself or any idea, because that will fundamentally be wrong. Because it cannot identify you. And what we're talking about is non-identity, really, which is, what is awareness? Who am I? This thing that is appearing here right now, talking, is expressing something from somewhere that I cannot describe to you, but that I know exists. And that is the only thing I know exists. And if you base your reality there, then the mind has less of a chance of deceiving you when you see something, when you're triggered, and you go like, but is that true? Like, was his frown really that he didn't like me? Like, or really that he didn't want to continue listening?
Yes.
You know, maybe he had a gallstone.
Yeah.
He didn't tell me, but I took it personally.
Yeah. I mean, we were literally talking about that, of like how you will have certain beliefs or patterns, right? And then you will look for ways of confirming that or denying that.
Yes.
In the external.
Yeah.
If you don't have that sense of truth within yourself, you will look to confirm, oh yeah, that person's not a good person.
Yeah.
You will look to confirm that.
Yeah.
Like we did that example of
the books. And
the books.
And whatever your belief is,
that's
whether you know it or not.
Your lens of what you're seeing it through.
Yes, and which way you would lean.
Yeah. So I suppose, I guess, at least for me, walking this journey, doing the inner work, it has created a much more fulfilling life.
But that's the only thing that could be fulfilling.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Truly fulfilling.
Right. Because it doesn't matter what you do as a job.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter.
No.
And that's what changes. So when people come to us for, I want to improve my bottom line. Okay, so where are you struggling? Why is it? Or I want to improve my team dynamics. Like, so what's the problem? If each individual had to come to us and we had to unpack what's really going on within them and create alignment, you would just create a happy team. A team that would be so engaged and so focused with what they're doing,
yes.
or with the outcome or with the vision of the company, or they just wouldn't be there. They would just choose to leave and go, oh, I should be an artist. Great. Well, that's why the team wasn't working.
Yeah.
And so that fulfillment really comes when you realize fulfillment is an essential part of your being, not something that you need to find. So, and because we don't know who we are, we feel like we've lost that essential part. So where do we go looking for it? It's on the top of a mountain. It's at the bottom of the ocean. It's in the stars. It's somewhere else.
Yes.
It's in the next lover. It's in the next great idea, job.
Yeah.
And so that's, people searching for this thing. No, this is not a great job. That's the job I need. That one over there. That'll really make me happy. Bullshit. It's not possible.
Yeah.
You will have a high for a time, and then it'll wear off because that's novelty. The mind is like, oh, wow, look at this thing.
Yeah.
You get to look at it long enough, and you're like, yeah, this old dusty thing. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Then when I was 9, there was this older woman that was looking after us when we were on holiday, and she molested us. And to me, I didn't even realize it was a bad thing. I was 9. I was like, fuck yeah. Until afterwards, when we were supposed to meet up, then she wasn't there. And then I felt this as this massive rejection. And then through my life, and I think I told you the story of when my cousin brought it up, that he mentioned someone else that this had happened to, and I think I was like 20.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that happened to me.
Yeah.
And then the look on their face was horror. And then I was like, I don't understand. And then I was questioning, wait, have I misinterpreted what had actually happened? Yeah. And then again, that took another 10 years to actually start to become comfortable with sexuality. And that sexuality is just a dimension of my body, and that's also okay. And over time, how these things impact how you interpret other things.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden, I'm hypersensitive around so many other things that I shouldn't be hypersensitive around.
Yes.
And I don't understand it. And I'm now comparing myself to other people. Like, why is this person so comfortable with this? Like, I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
And then over time it takes, and it's such a deeply intimate and such a personal and vulnerable space that no one really talks about it.
Yeah.
And so if you have a story and you don't want to go back to it because it's too scary,
Yes.
or it's too vulnerable, like, I'll never talk about that to anyone,
Yes.
that is the thing that's holding you back, right? But it doesn't have to be as traumatic as what happened, or it could be even worse as what happened.
Yes.
But it's anything that causes the split. And what I've realized with so many clients is that happens at an early age, and that split happens because the holding environment, childhood, is never perfect. So the holding environment that the child is born into is never perfect. Even in an ideal scenario, the child somewhere will feel this frustration.
Yes.
But usually that would get worked through if it's very healthy.
Yes.
And the child would slowly, over time, you would accept this as a natural experience, unless it's slightly traumatized, which then it gets rejected deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
And then we have this deep
It's
split.
so weird though, because like I'm now reflecting on my childhood and trying to understand where a split could have happened, but I can't. There's like not a specific event.
Right. So this is the challenge.
Yeah.
So this is where I say denial. The thing with denial is that you don't know about it.
Yes. Maybe. Yeah.
Because it's unconscious.
Yeah.
So you can't really know about it.
Yeah.
If you say, well, you're in denial that this was a happy childhood, you would go like, well, I mean, how would I know?
Yeah.
So what we do is we look at where you're frustrated today.
Right.
And then we look at, oh, you're frustrated today. Well, let me link this back to, well, what is this feeling?
Right.
How old does that feeling make you feel?
Yeah.
And you go, oh, it makes me feel like a 7-year-old. Oh, great.
Yes.
What happened when you were 7?
Yes.
And then you can layer by layer go deeper
back.
because
Yes.
it probably was deeper than that.
Yes.
So it's a tiny, like a butterfly effect,
Yes.
tiny thing that then leads to these ramifications.
Absolutely. And I think also to do it in a container with support allows the journey to be a lot more, like, feel a lot more safe.
Or it has to be with support.
Because it's, yeah.
Without support, probably leads to re-traumatization.
Exactly.
Because you don't know how to hold yourself.
Like some therapies and stuff actually do.
Yeah, totally.
Right?
Totally. I've had so many clients come to me who have shared what has happened in therapy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it feels like you went to the wrong therapist. But let's see if we can work with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just sad, because I remember Carl Jung would write about, he thinks the layperson would actually make a better therapist because he's less indoctrinated by all the theories.
Yeah.
And so to be a therapist, you don't really have to have that much of your own therapy, unfortunately. And I found our training is like 9 years, broken down into 3 segments. I was like, well, if you want to become an integrative coach, the first 3 years are compulsory.
Yeah.
You can do it in 2 years, but more than likely it's going to take you 3 years. There are about 50 one-on-one hours that are part of that training. 50. And so I've realized, I was like, well, you can't become an integrative coach unless you do this as a minimum. Our training in total is about 900 hours of theory work, which you do at home.
Yeah.
Which includes daily hours of meditation.
Okay.
50 hours of one-on-one, and about 90 plus hours within the first 2 years of group work, which is twice a month.
Okay.
Right, for 2 hours. And that one-on-one time, it's just so important. And it's so funny that Comensa, which is the coaching and mentoring of South Africa, it's the group that are the governing body in South Africa.
Yeah.
They said, from today, which was literally 2 weeks ago, we're going to we want to know that you are doing supervision with your coach trainees.
Yeah.
I was like, I've been doing this for 10, 15 years. Have you not been doing that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's like certain things are coming slowly into the field as a standard, which as integrative coaching, that was
always been the standard, the base.
The base, like that's the base. So, yeah, I mean, I feel I'm very proud of our integrative coaches, like what they have accomplished and what they have achieved, because I know how difficult it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to come back to that story.
Yes.
So another thing that we've realized is that when a corporate comes to us, a corporate wants a group work straight away. But the problem with that is that everyone knows each other and everyone works with each other. So you're not going to share some personal story like that in a group that with people that you work with, or definitely not straight away.
No.
But if you were in a group with strangers, you would way more comfortably share.
Absolutely.
So what this is the way I understand corporate and personal now is that if a corporate wants real change, they must all do one-on-one coaching first.
Yes.
And then later we can talk about a group work.
Yes.
With individuals, they can start with group work because a lot happens in that group.
Yes.
If I share something that you may be afraid to share, or if you share something that I'm afraid to share,
Yeah.
but you're doing it in a group and I'm listening, I'm going like, wow, that's me, or that's something that I can relate to. Then in the group, it has this almost like exponential growth through vicarious growth.
Yes.
Because I'm in the group with you and I'm sharing and I'm seeing how vulnerable you are and it's real and it's okay. But there's no corporate context that I need to think about, and I'm going to see at the water cooler now and I'm going to just told you about the story.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think that's an interesting dimension for corporates and for personal.
How does if a corporate comes to you, what is their goal? Is it for just better team dynamics, or like what are they?
Stress resilience,
Yeah.
often.
Yeah.
Team dynamics, communication.
Yeah.
And all these things are dealt with when you deal with how you understand yourself. Because the moment you understand yourself, you understand people in general.
Yes.
You have compassion for yourself, then you can have compassion for others. If you don't have compassion for yourself, you can't have compassion for others. It's like you don't need to know what their personality type is. You need to know what yours is so you can understand how you're showing up. Once you understand that, then understanding a little bit about their type might be useful, but it's not even relevant because this gives you 99% of what you need.
Absolutely. I honestly think, like, as I'm learning more about your approach and your type of coaching, it just feels so grounded in a sense of reality that so many other types of coaching really miss.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that was one of the biggest reasons why I struggled to number one, have a coach training. Number two, even describe what we do.
Yeah.
And not formalize it, but create a framework.
Yeah.
Like I've been doing this since I was 21. I think maybe 22 was the very first time I was like actually coaching.
Okay.
Which is what, 25 years ago? 26 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, and it's and because it's still organic, it's still growing. I still look at what I've written, I'm like, oh, I need to add some stuff now, and I'm gonna have to just leave it.
Yes.
Because I think for a beginner that's coming in, there's plenty to really get through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, personal stories, like that's the most personal.
Yeah.
But I think about other stories. I think about, just relationships, friendships, my marriage, like, and how I got to this point. I got married quite late in life. I mean, I got married in 2021. Yeah. So this will be our fourth anniversary coming up.
Oh wow! Yeah.
In April.
Yeah.
Would that be the 5th? No, the 5th. That'll be the 5th.
Yeah.
And I look at contemporaries that I went to school with. Their kids are 20.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? 16, 17, 19, 20. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, how did you know yourself, and how did you make sure that you're not putting your stuff onto your kid? And most of the response was like, what are you talking about? No awareness of that.
Yeah. Do you have kids?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Maybe one day.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think that was one of the things which is why maybe I got married so late.
Yeah.
Which is I never want to be I never want to put my child through what I went through. So therefore I'm never going to have kids, because how long is this going to take to resolve? And as it started to unfold, so like the idea has started to slowly kind of be more palatable.
Yes.
I'm going like, okay, I won't kill them. I'm not going to break them. They're probably going to be okay.
Yeah. But I think it's so important to know the responsibility.
Yeah.
Because so many people don't
have kids at 17.
Yeah, and the level of responsibility of who the person you are is when you decide to bring a child into the world is so important.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's huge. I think that's great that you've, like, even for a marriage or whatever it is, it's like, taking the full responsibility of all of those things into account.
Yeah.
Because so many people, I think it's different when your awareness began when you were so young.
Yeah.
That it's like you move through life in a completely different way. You make different choices. You feel a lot more, I'd say, when you are an aware person in all regards.
I definitely grew up as labeled as emotional or impulsive. Now I realize why.
Yes.
Like I didn't feel safe ever.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Obviously I'd be reactive.
Yes.
I mean, I think the more sensitive I was, the more I was like, how do I turn this into a positive? How do I make this a good thing? And then I realized, oh, it can be like a superpower.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, because I'm sensitive, I can pick up what everyone is feeling before they are aware of what they're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I was like, that's interesting, and that's obviously been useful in this what I do as a coach. I remember I actually there was a little girl that came to me. She must have been about 14 or 15.
Yeah.
And she was talking about how sensitive she is, and and so in the conversation, I was saying, because I related to it, I was like, have you ever considered this to be your superpower? Like how sensitive you are gives you some ability to be more aware than other people.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the way I described it was, if your eye wasn't sensitive, you'd be blind.
Mm-hmm.
If you weren't sensitive enough, you wouldn't be able to balance.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you couldn't feel, you'd fall over.
Mm-hmm.
But how would you know? Oh, the world is tilting. That's weird. And then you'd land up on the floor.
Yeah.
So what happens if we amp that up? Like what could you be aware of?
Yes.
You could be aware of someone's body movement.
Yeah.
Like, why did your foot move now?
Yeah.
Like, what actually happened in your body? And I know something happened in your body.
Yeah.
Now, other people would not be aware of that.
Yes.
It would happen.
Yes.
The visual field is the same.
Yeah.
But you relate it to something happening. There's more of these connections.
Yes.
And now you have a deeper way of connecting with people.
Yeah.
Because you're connecting with yourself more deeply.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
I think one of the biggest adjustments that I personally had was when I realized how much I was bullshitting myself when I was speaking to other people. And I remember I was talking to my brother and I told him this elaborate story and I went, wait a minute, that's absolute bullshit. I don't even think that happened. And then he laughed. And then we both laughed. And we laughed at the realization at that moment of this part of my mind that wanted to impress.
Yes.
I was like, oh, look at that. And he laughed. And I wonder if that had happened to him earlier in life. Like he recognized that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the best thing, to be able to laugh at yourself.
Totally.
It's so important to not take yourself so seriously when you do things like that's that part of you that's, wanting approval.
Yeah. And catching
We
yourself.
don't need to do that anymore.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the story of, this whole experience.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm missing something in that. It was Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Who said a tragedy is a comedy misunderstood. Like, and how deeply profound, like it's a mindfuck of profound what that is, because it's like, well, someone died. But at another level, this is a comedy.
Yeah. Because
that person is an actor on a stage.
Yeah.
And they're not real.
Yes.
And that type of dimension of living in that awareness is also isolating, because you're living in that awareness and no one else is living in that awareness. And the deeper you go into that, the less you can relate to the story often, because it's like why are you attached to this? This is so stupid.
Yeah.
Like, it's not stupid, it's my thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so I think Terence McKenna, you know Terence McKenna?
No.
So he was one of the I would call him the grandfathers of the psychedelic movement.
Okay.
He was the mushroom genius.
Was he on that movie about, what was it called? Fantastic Fungi.
Maybe.
He like studied all the mushroom, or was it only psychedelic?
His brother is Dennis. What did I say his name was? I just lost his name.
I also lost it. McKenna?
McKenna, yeah. So Dennis McKenna was his brother.
Okay.
Who also studied. He was often, but Terence died of a brain tumor, I think.
Yes. Okay.
A couple of years ago, several years ago. But and he describes the moment of stepping into that moment of annihilation, of total annihilation. And Mahayana Buddhism essentially says that the Buddha will come back until everyone is enlightened, until everyone is awakened, until everyone is free from suffering. Mm-hmm. And he kind of joked that the Buddha or these bodhisattvas, they get close to that annihilation and then they look and they're like, oh, now I'm going to go back and save everyone rather, because that's easier, because that's too terrifying, or that's too isolating. And I think that from one perspective, you want to go in a cave and sit and meditate forever and not see anyone, because you feel like, oh, that's just better, faster. But then how does that help, the billions of people that are in the world that are struggling with their day-to-day stuff? Mm-hmm. And I like, maybe I'm one of those, who looked and went, oh, fuck, this is too scary. Let me just go back and help some people.
Yeah.
And then maybe,
Yeah.
And I think that's, like, I felt when I was in India, this is amazing. This stillness, this oneness, and it didn't seem too difficult to achieve, but does it have any value, like, in the heart of suffering? Or will the light go out? Like, okay, this is the everlasting flame.
Yeah.
Okay, but if I take it into that suffering,
yeah,
would it actually still be a light?
Yes.
And what happens to it?
Yes.
So maybe I'm my own experiment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And maybe that's how I saw it, and why I came back and went like, okay, well, is this going to work over there? Because I want to know if it works over there.
Right.
So not over here, because I know it works.
Left India.
Yeah.
Came here.
Yeah.
And then you opened up the yoga.
The yoga and the center yoga meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that kind of transformed when I injured my back.
Right.
The horse riding accident. Did I tell you about that? No.
Yeah.
Well, it was that, along with disc degeneration and some genetic thing that is happening to my spine.
Yeah.
Which was just like, oh, stop teaching. This is not about the physical body. This is not what you're meant to be doing.
Right.
Right. Go here. And I dragged my feet, and so I got a hiding. No, go there now.
Yes.